All right, y'all really like the debt shit, so here's another one. Say you owe $350 to your local hospital. That bill will stay at the hospital for 90 days. What you can do is you can call them and you can ask them to review the level of care. That's what you need to say, those exact words. I want you to review the level of care. That makes sure that they didn't do any tests that they shouldn't have done, that you shouldn't have been charged for. That makes sure that they didn't charge you $350 for some stupid shit you didn't actually use. After they've done the review, that'll give you another month where you don't have to pay. And then in a month, ask them to do another level of care review and another and another and another and another. And eventually they will get fucking tired of you. And they will be like, look, you owe $350. We'll take $50 and call it a day. If you're dealing with a collection agency, let them call you for a year and then do what's called settled in full. They will take 25% just to not have to deal with you anymore. All right, here's one more debt thing for you. This is if you actually do owe the money. Say you owe $350 to your local hospital and you have a debt collector named Rose who calls you. First thing, that bitch gonna call you every single week, usually about the same time. The number one thing is answer your phone. Don't reject it, don't block it, don't avoid it. If you do that, they win. Answer your phone and then be nice to her. I know, right? What a crazy concept. 99% of the people she deals with are fucking assholes. So you get on the phone. Hey, Miss Rose, how you doing? Did you have a good Thanksgiving? Yeah, I had a good one. No, Miss Rose, I still don't have any money. No, Miss Rose, I still can't do a payment plan. I'm sorry, Miss Rose, I still can't pay that bill. You do that every week for 6 months. And then when Miss Rose calls, you'd be like, hey, Miss Rose, guess what? It was my birthday. I got a check for $50. I know I owe you $350, but will you settle this in full for $50 to not have to deal with me anymore? 99% of the time, they will take that $50. They will write off the rest and they will take it. And there you go. That's how you get out of paying $350 bills. Right. Y'all like the debt shit, and I got plenty of it. So here's another scenario. You go to the emergency room, you get a bill for $1,000. The very first thing you do, other than calling and asking for a review of the level of care, that's the first thing you do. While on the phone, while they're doing that, you also say, I want an itemized bill with every single charge. Now, what they're going to do on the back end of that, because they don't want you to know that they've charged you $37 for a fucking Band-Aid, they're going to take that $37 charge right off of there. Before they send you the itemized statement, any of those stupid charges, they're going to take them right off. Generally, my bills go from $1,000 to $750. They take about $200 off just for stupid shit. And all you have to do is ask for an itemized bill with every charge. And they're going to take those charges off because they don't want you to know that they're charging you $37 for a fucking Band-Aid. And guess what? That's how much they charge for a fucking Band-Aid. So when you actually can say, you charge me $37 for a Band-Aid, they don't like that. Guys, here's one more for you. Best way to deal with medical debt, avoid it in the first place. If you know going to the hospital, they're going to charge you $37 for a Band-Aid, which I do. What you can say is, I don't want you to run any tests or do any procedures or anything without running it by me, and I want an itemized bill while I'm here. That'll cut down on them charging you for stupid shit, because they don't want you to know they're charging you $37 for a fucking Band-Aid. Secondly, no, if you were a girl and you go in for any kind of psych, anything whatsoever, you automatically will get a drug test and a pregnancy test. Tell them you don't want either one of those tests and you will save $1,000. Third, if you go in for self-harm, not a suicide attempt, self-harm, you need to make that very clear. You need to say, I'm here for self-harm, not a suicide attempt. I do not need to be evaluated for suicide. I want to stay at a level 1. They won't like that because they can charge you more at a level 4. But if you're not really there for suicide, you don't need to pay for all that shit. Save $1,000. Here's how to handle it anytime a collection agency calls you. Very first call, what you need to do. You need to say, I would like to request an itemized bill with every single charge, and I would like a copy of my original invoice or my original receipt with my signature. If they come back and they say, I'm sorry, we don't have that, you come back and say, well, without that, you can't legally collect this debt, so I legally don't have to pay it. Have a great day, and hang up the fucking phone. If they cannot provide you the original invoice, that means that the debt has been bought and sold and bought and sold, and probably the medical debt died along the way somewhere, and they legally can't collect it from you. If they cannot provide you with the original invoice, tell them to fuck off. It's that simple. They are illegally trying to collect debt from you that you legally don't have to pay. And if you know that, fuck them. Here's another pro tip dealing with debt collectors. First of all, no, They are shady as fuck. They will try to collect on debt that legally they can't collect on. They will scare you. They will tell you they're going to put it on your credit. First of all, it costs them $1,000 to put anything on your credit. If you owe less than $1,000, they ain't putting that on your credit. That is an empty fucking threat. Second of all, when they get on the phone and they say any information used in this call will be used to collect the debt, that's basically the cops telling you have the right to remain silent. You don't got to give them shit. They want your phone number, your email, your address. They want your Snapchat. They want every possible bit of information. But guess what? You don't have to give that to them. You don't have to provide them with any information. If they don't already know your address, that's a big fucking clue it's not valid debt. If they can't tell you why they're calling, what doctor's office they're calling for, the address on file, that's shady. Hang up the phone immediately. See, this is why I don't do fucking videos, because y'all be fucking stupid. Obviously, if you owe the debt, you have to pay the debt. There's no way to get around paying your debt. No one is over here trying to tell you how to avoid paying your debt. I'm telling you your fucking rights, and I'm telling you how to avoid paying hospitals stupid amounts of money for stupid shit. And yes, I pay my medical bills, but my daughter, who was the victim of a fucking crime in the state of Georgia, Georgia Victims pays for her bills. And yeah, they drag their fucking feet. And so I deal with debt collectors all the time. Do I owe the money? Absolutely not. Do I pay my own bills? Absolutely. Do we have great fucking credit? Absolutely. These videos are for people that are in collections and don't know how to deal with debt collectors. Not to teach you how to not pay your fucking bills. So stop coming at me like I'm trying to be shady. They're the fucking shady ones. Good morning, my lovelies. It's Wednesday. You made it all the way halfway through the week. I am so fucking proud of you. And so is my dog, Leo. We're both so fucking proud of you. I know that it is so... Okay, they know you're proud. They know you're proud. I know that it is very hard, especially after a holiday week when you had some days off, to go back and work and do your things. I know that's really hard, but I know that and I see that and I love you for it. Good job for getting up, making your bed, brushing your teeth, going to school, going to work, whatever. I'm so proud of you for doing the hard things. And in the end, you will be proud of you too. Know that I love you and I'm sending you all the love and support that I can. And I am so proud of you. I am bursting. Have a great day, guys. Here's a group home story about the one time I ran away from one group home. Lots of kids in group homes run. It's fucking stupid. You run away, you put yourself in danger, and then you just get brought back to the group home. So I never ran. But while I was living at Cornerstone, we were having a lot of problems with Shawnee. If you've seen my other stories, then you know who Shawnee is. Shawnee's the one that shaved my head. She was a horrible person. She did horrible things to other people too. And the group home finally was like, Shawnee, if you run away one more time, we have to kick you out. And I'm like... So I convinced Shawnee that we were best friends and that all was forgiven. About 3 months later, I convinced her to run away. I run away, called the group home. Shawnee and I ran away. They're like, you ran away? For all intents and purposes, yep, Shawnee and I ran away. We sure did. They filed the runaway petition. They kicked her out that night. And guess who got to pack up all of her shit? Hi, guys. Since we're going to church, here's another sermon. Anyone that's commenting on my debt videos, or you could just pay your bills, or you could just get insurance. If that don't show how privileged a life you have fucking led, to think that it's that simple, that everyone can get health insurance and everyone can pay their bills. Here's a scenario for you. Your name's Jem. You're 59. You own your own construction business and you're so fucking proud of yourself that you don't work for anybody else and you've got your own company, but the stress of it gives you a massive heart attack at work and you have to be rushed by an ambulance to the hospital. That's $15,000 right there. And then they have to save you. That's anywhere from $500,000 to $1 million. And then because poor Jim, who's 59, had a heart attack, he can't work for 6 months, so his business goes bankrupt. And this man, who used to own his own company 6 months ago, is now bankrupt and in debt up to $1 million. It happens that quickly. So fuck you for thinking that they choose to be in debt. Fuck you. All right, guys, I have one more debt pro tip for you. Keep detailed records. I keep a bullet journal, and every single person that I talk to, I take the date, the time, the name, and what we talked about. And I'm going to show you. So when you call the hospital and you ask to speak to the billing department and you ask for that level of care review, when you don't hear from them in a month and you call back, You don't just say, I called and spoke to somebody. You call and say, I spoke to Andre at 12:21 on this day. This is what I do. All right, so this is my bullet journal, and this is where I keep track of stuff. This is when I called Atrium. This is when I called Novant. This is when I called Blue Cross Blue Shield. This is who I spoke with. This is exactly what they said. And sometimes there's notes on the back because it's pretty detailed and it goes all the way. And then this is a month later when I called Atrium back, when I called Novant back, when I called Blue Cross Blue Shield back. Keep records.